All right, welcome back. Welcome to Indiana University Northwest Campus in Gary, Indiana. I am Francine Bergens, and this is the School of Business and Economics, our small business academy. And I am here today, so honored with our special guest, Lester Young from South Carolina. I have to go north and I have to go south because I have friends in North Carolina, so I have to remember them. I go like this, so I say north, and so south this way. So welcome. I'm so honored to have you. And as we've shared, if you've missed it, I just want to recap a little bit. So of course, with the Small Business Academy, we have been sharing videos and information to help you with your business. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're just starting out, if you've been in business for a long time, we have these resources that are free of charge on our website for you to go and just hit play and press play, and they are there. And I wanted to bring a real life component. I wanted to bring an actual business owner, someone who's been working their business, so that we can have real life and breath into what we're talking about. I met Lester over a year ago, and he has just evolved. His message has evolved. His brand has evolved. The organization has evolved, and here we are. So I thought he would be great to help breathe life into what we're talking about. But not only that, he has such an awesome story and an awesome testimony of how he turned a setback into a comeback by helping you to change your mindset and your behavior patterns and all of these things, from him being incarcerated at 19. And now here we are, blessed to have him encouraging us and informing us and those who are in prison, and encouraging so many people about how they can get through this. So what better person to have than Lester Young?
It's crazy when you said that. I was thinking, right, like going back again to that self-reflection. I remember like trying to figure out like, why did I chose to sell drugs in the society that led me to being incarcerated, right? And I remember this guy was reading this book on marketing. He was reading this book on marketing inside of a prison, in the prison day room. I was like, man, what are you reading? He told me marketing. He started like breaking down these marketing terms to me. He's like, don't you know that what you were doing out there, you were actually marketing, but you didn't have the information? So I was like, wow. So that was like a light bulb that turned on in my head that really got me curious about business, right? And then from there, it just led me to wanting to read more books about business. Like, how do I start a business up? What drives a business? What is the demographics do? What product, what service I can provide? And then from there, I started from reading countless books on it and mentoring, as I mentioned in the last segment about mentoring. I then started, once I learned it, I started teaching it because it allowed me to retain the information. So I remember creating this curriculum, a 12-week program in prison called Entrepreneurship 101.
Wow.
I was teaching entrepreneur. I was one of the first entrepreneurship classes inside of the prison, because I realized, one, going back again, how do you turn your setbacks into comebacks? I realized there were men inside of that prison system with me that had an entrepreneurial mindset and belief that they were, but they had the wrong product and the wrong environment and the lack of tools. So I created that 12-week curriculum designed to open that window of the possibilities that they can do once they learn how to start a business. So something as simple as, let's start a business with $500, because that would be like an average amount of money a person, when they get out of prison, you can start. So with that, that's what we create a business model around, no more than $2,500, and come up with a business idea while you're in prison. Mine was a pressure wash, and that's another business that I started when I got out of prison, because I saw this guy started pressure washing the concretes in the prison, and I was like, how? As an entrepreneur, you're always looking for all these ideas. That's what happens when you start getting into business. You always looking at, how do I fulfill this need? How do I scale? And I remember seeing this guy, and this was over like maybe 20 something years ago, that I saw this guy pressure washing this concrete. And when I got out of prison, I remember always emphasizing, if you want to create another stream of income for yourself, that a job may not be able to pay you what you think you're worth, create another stream. So outside of starting my organization, Path to Redemption, even before the books came about, I started a pressure washing business called Young's Integrity Pressure Washing. But it all started from me reading books on business, teaching it, and then seeing a person pressure washing the concrete in prison. That now I have been running this business since 2018. That this is a successful, another one of my businesses that I created, and I only started the business up with less than $500.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, I bought a pressure washer for $360. And then from there, I went and got my business license. And then when I got my first house pressure washing, I got my business card, put the liability insurance on, and I operated this business. I think this is important that individuals understand, is that I started this pressure washing business operating out of the trunk of my car, right? Like I literally started a pressure washing business with hose, bleaches, and all this stuff, chemicals in the trunk of a Ford Fusion, 2015 Ford Fusion. So I always tell, when I go back into the prisons, I tell them it's not how you start, it's about you just getting started. And going back into one of the previous videos, I talk about the mindset. Like we gotta like change the self-defeating, sabotaging mindset about when we go into business. That a lot of us talk ourselves out of business because of some experience that we did not address, or that trauma from childhood or whatever that is, where people told us that we're not capable or we're not worthy. We bring that into business and we never take the leap. So that's when, going back into turning that setbacks into comebacks, I show individuals, men and women, that you can start a business up on the side of $500 and I can scale that business. And I've made crazy money off of a pressure washer that I paid $365 for. I've then bought bigger pressure washers, but that business scaled from $500 to $10,000 real fast because, again, there was a passion, there was a purpose in me starting this business. So I just want to share that as well.
Not a problem. I love it. And it just fit right into everything. So no problem there. So for this segment, I want to talk about and just advice to entrepreneurs, anyone who would see this video. I always think about my classroom, my students, questions that I get right away, just in business, period. So what is one of the first things that you hear? Because now, before we get to that, you've started your organization, your business, Path to Redemption. I also want to mention that since then, because we're talking about the streams of income, you have the power washing. Thank you. Power washing business. You have your books as well. You have your speaking engagements. Am I missing anything?
Coaching, all of that. Yeah, my speaking, my books, my curriculums, all is tied to Path to Redemption. And going back again to catering and addressing a need inside of a prison, you know, and as well as for those who are transitioning out of prison. The power washing business was started because I needed extra income, right? And it was not, I don't love power washing like I love Path to Redemption.
Right.
But it was, I needed another stream of income because I was not making enough money. And I knew that I had a skill. I knew I could learn how to pressure wash. So that's why I started that business. Now I train individuals who are getting out of prison how to start a pressure washing business up with less than $500 because I have the lived experience in doing that now. And now individuals are learning, taking a class from me, and they're learning how to scale a business from $500 to $10,000 to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 just off of pressure washing, something that I did on the side for a period of time.
So it's okay. So what I'm hearing is, and we know this is rhetorical, but I'm just going to say it anyway, that it's okay to have your passion, but to still do something else to bring in some other income until that takes off.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think that when you got a passion for something, you have to, like, my passion is, I love this Path to Redemption is what I bleed every day. My pressure washing business was just a means of helping me earn income to be able to invest in my vision, right? And because I couldn't get, no one else is going to invest in my vision. Just like you asking somebody to invest in your business or your vision that you're not willing to put the blood, sweat, and tears in. I was willing to do all of those things that meant me working 12 to 10 hours on a job. And then after I got out from a job, invested in my second income, the pressure washing, to be able to fuel my vision of building out Path to Redemption, from getting the certifications, becoming a better speaker, to becoming a coach, to be able to publishing the books. I needed the income to be able to do these things. So now the income, I have grown the income and have grown Path to Redemption, but I turned the pressure washing business into a curriculum now that I can teach you how to do this business. Now it ties into that purpose as well, because I can create another stream of income as just a trainer showing you how to create this business, or create a whole business model with less than $500 walking out of prison.
Awesome. So I also want to go back to, we had mentioned the branding in the previous video. And one of the things that I always tell my students, and I think this is so important for anyone in business and leadership, no matter what you do, that you are the brand. Now we hear that, but here's what I mean by that. Everything we do, our behavior, our actions, when you become a business leader, a business owner, things change. That means that there should be a level of maturity. That means that you may not be able to post some things on social media that we would like. Because every now and then I want to get a good punch in, but I remember can't do that. And but we have to remember, Susie, that we are the brand. And just like you said before, you got to look at the man in the mirror. The brand starts with you. Do I even want to approach you, talk to you, receive a card with just what I'm seeing without even knowing what you do?
Someone told me is that once you on social media, you don't have a choice in how people find you. Like people go, if they, like you running a business, people going to Google your name, they're going to search you. And and this is important for a business owner, like your social media should be your social media. It should be your brand. Like anything that I post, you can go back 5 years, anything that I post on my social media is connected to my brand, right? And to my mission. And that's what it is, because social media allows me to get clients based upon me branding myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big one that you find. I've seen where people who have businesses, they never even promote their business online, right? And then they use their social media. Now you're telling me you're a business owner. I go on a search for you and I find you. And when I find you, I land on your Facebook or your Instagram page. I see nothing about business. That can turn me off who could be a potential customer for you. Now I'm turned off because I don't see you living that out every day. So you're right. Your brand is your brand, not just weighing a name, but it's also through everything that you do. You have to make sure that you're connected to it, that it shares that. So like social media, if you have that, you need to create your own business page, and you need to keep your private life private. Your business life, that should be where you're trying to attract clients to your brand to purchase a product or a service from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with that being said, and just, your own experience and what you've been just going through yourself as a business owner, what advice would you like to share with anyone who would see this video that would be starting a business?
I would say, going back into social media.
Or have one.
I would say social media, like understand the power of social media, right? Like how you found me through social media, through someone else, right? So don't underestimate the power of social media and learning how to leverage social media, knowing where your audience is. Whether that's like, for me, I had to pivot from Facebook to LinkedIn because my paying clients is not on Facebook. A like does not pay my business and help me grow my business. So I had to learn how to leverage LinkedIn, where people of an audience that have the capital to be able to hire me to come in as a speaker or a trainer, right? That's what individuals have to learn. Know where your audience is, and you have to go to that audience. Don't get caught up in the likes and the shares. Likes and shares don't grow business. What grows business is someone inviting you, signing a check. So I would say leverage your social media. Know, depending upon your product or service, find your lane on social media and go 10 times, 10x it every day, like post, and make it relevant where you're providing a solution to the problem of your clients. Like my feet hurt. I don't want to know what you're eating and how good it tastes. I want to know how could you help my feet from hurting if you're a person that helps with feet, right? Or whatever that is. So use your social media. Never post on your social media without one, stating the problem which you do, how you solve that problem, and then a call of action to the problem. Too many people, they post on social media, they never lead people to the funnel, to the call of action and why they should use you. We're in this era right now where people have become millionaires off of learning how to leverage their social media. And I think that a lot of people don't understand the power of the social media. They're posting in the wrong areas, and your ideal client, your big ticket client, is not on a Snapchat or TikTok video. It may be, if that's your audience. For me, my audience is on another social media, professional media, that's LinkedIn. So just learning these different social media and leveraging it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would just add there, if you're not sure, again, this is where my mind just goes back to the SWOT analysis. If you're not sure how to leverage social media, this is where you get help. And I just want to suggest here, because at Indiana University Northwest, we have Ilka Azimi, who is a professor of marketing and strategy, and she can help you with that. We also have videos on the website, no charge, that she has created as well. So make sure you go there, because I know for me, that is an area where I'm not strong. And in my business, I actually had a marketing assistant who came from Indiana University, because I was like, you know what, not only do I not have the time, but that's not my lane. And that was her job, to help me leverage social media. So that's a good one. Anything else? Any other advice you would like to share?
I would say make the investment in you as a leader, as a business owner. Make the investment, attend various conferences that is focused on personal development and leadership styles. Take the time to invest a certain amount of income that you earn on training, continue to put you at that high level so that you can perform proficiently as a leader. As I said, when you think about the top leaders in this world, they are people who have spent thousands of dollars on personal development so that they can be effective. So people saying, why do you charge this? Is because the investment I made to put me in this position. So that would be the second one, is that investment in your personal development. And you should be reading books in your lane. Whatever your topic is, become the expert in that field. Whatever that particular thing is, be the expert in that, and you become the expert by the conferences and reading the books. And once you do that, you have to step out in confidence, because now you own your space in this particular area.
Awesome. Well, I thank you for that. So that's going to wrap up this series. Lester, I want to say thank you again for just giving me your time and just coming on. And again, he is in South Carolina. His business, his organization. Huh?
I said, I'm in South Carolina.
South Carolina. I got it right. You can contact him by just getting in contact with us, and we will get you to him. It is Path to Redemption. He is an awesome speaker, speaking to those who are incarcerated, helping those family members. I'm telling you, I'm a big crybaby too, but I am not going to cry, because it just touches my heart, the work that he is doing and how he is changing lives. And we talk about business, but one of the things with business is social responsibility as well. And a part of social responsibility is being informed in your community. And Lester, you are doing just that by helping change communities. So I commend you. He has books as well. So I just got to wrap this up, because I'll keep going. But thank you, guys. This is Indiana University Northwest Campus in Gary, Indiana. The School of Business and Economics, our small business academy. And I am Francine Bergens. And thank you again.
Peace.